and no one is gonna help her. Wow, what a world we live in. I think she might need a man. How does someone grow up learning to paint their face, but not open a bottle? She's a strong, independent woman. So she placed herself in a challenging situation to prove a point. It makes no sense, and this is something she still didn't understand. She would be better off finding someone who can support her on things she needs help with, instead of unnecessarily going through these struggles. Even though she did her best to say out loud that she doesn't need a man, her reality proves otherwise. She needs him as soon as possible because things aren't going well. She was even rotating the lid in the wrong direction. This is just another reason she should understand that doing it all isn't a good idea, because each party has its strengths and weaknesses, so things would be a lot better if she had a team.
Time to prove that I am a strong, independent woman who don't need man to carry heavy stuff. Okay? This is the time. 3, 2, 1. Huh? Yeah. Thank you.
That statement goes downstairs quick. Bro didn't even struggle. Bro picked it up like it was a cereal box. That's a strong, independent bag that doesn't need no woman. Character development goes hard in just a few seconds. She just did a great job proving to herself that she shouldn't be doing it all alone. Look at the difficulty she had. Things would be different if she had a man. The best part was when the guy downstairs lifted that luggage as if it were nothing, but I still think that he should pretend to struggle a bit just to make her feel good about the difficulty she had. It would have made her feel better. But at the end of the day, that was the wake-up call she needed to open her eyes to reality. There is no need to go through all of this when you can team up with another person and make life easier. But I am glad nobody is asking them to be strong and independent.
I think I've come full circle on the whole I don't need a man to help me with things. Like, I think I do need a man to help me with things. I thought it was woke when I first started living alone to be like, I can mount my TV myself and hang all these shelves myself. But now I'm like, you know what? The wokest thing I can do is actually acknowledge my need for help and my need for support, because that desire for hyper-independence was just born out of a Western sense of individualism, and self-sufficiency has no morality. And you know what? We're meant to do things in teams. We're meant to do things collaboratively. So I should be asking somebody for support. And you know who that somebody should be? It should be a man.
That was a smart move. Instead of following others, she decided to think about it and got to the point where she realized it didn't make sense.
Because they're experiencing record rates of loneliness, and they would find it maybe fulfilling and very esteemed to help me with these tasks. So in conclusion, the wokest thing you can do is have your boyfriend mount the TV with you.
Find friends with benefits where benefits are tasks and not grown-up fun time. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Same. Living alone is hard. After doing it for some time, they are coming to the conclusion that being independent is not as fun as promised. They are slowly realizing that it's tiring. She mentioned that she lived an independent life and did it all alone, but at some point, it no longer made sense. She also mentioned the best decision she made was to acknowledge that she actually needed a man. I don't know what they were thinking when trying to convince the younger generation that someone doing everything by themselves is better than teaming up with another person and do things as a group. But at this point, I consider her to be lucky for reaching this level, because now she will be able to enjoy all the benefits that come with having a man by her side.
I don't want to work anymore. I'm so sick of it. You're telling me that I have to spend the rest of my life until I'm 66, maybe more because the retirement age keeps increasing, working? Working?
Yes, like everybody else. Unless you come from a rich family, you will have to work to support yourself.
5 5 days out of 7 a week I have to spend with people I don't really want to be around in a job that I don't really want to be at, just to survive and live in the UK. Ugh. I literally can't do it. I'm looking for new jobs at the moment and I'm just like, there is literally not one job that I want at all. Like, I don't want to work for other people. Like, it's so depressing. I want to live my life how I want to live it. At the moment in the UK, everything's so fucking expensive. It's like, you're literally just working to survive. It's like, well, what's the fucking point? Like, I don't just want to survive, I want to live. It just generally feels like this constant loop, because you look for a new job, you get a new job, and then that novelty wears off, and then you're back to searching for another job, and it's just like a constant loop of shit jobs. Like, I'm just sick of it. And I quit my job because I felt like this, and now I'm unemployed and I literally don't have anything to go to. So
Nobody wants to work, but we need to eat and pay bills. Equality is great. However, I wouldn't complain if I had the option to be a housewife. What do you think? How many generations thought this before you? I do understand where she is coming from, but soon she will realize that most of us are working because we have to, not because we enjoy it. People are working because they have bills to take care of, and this is something she will understand with time. But I am curious, why is an independent woman complaining about working? I thought this is what most of them wanted the most. I thought their main goal was making their own money so they don't have to rely on anybody else, but I think she is not happy with that arrangement. It's evident that she already wants to retire from the independent lifestyle, even though she just started.
I would love to be a stay-at-home mom. I would love to be a homemaker and a wife. I would love to be able to live on a homestead and go milk my cow and take the eggs out of the chicken coop and have one baby in the belly and on my hip and another toddler coming behind me. That's like my dream, but I can't fucking do that because the way the economy is set up is I'm forced to work. I'm forced to get an education, a higher education, a college degree in order to make enough money that I can be financially independent and afford my own home or my own rent or my own gas or my own groceries, my own insurance. And it's extremely difficult to do that. And it's very isolating as a woman when you have to do all of that all on your own and you can't find somebody that you can outsource some of those chores and financial responsibilities like you would with a spouse. So no, being a single working woman absolutely sucks. It's the worst thing ever. I hate it. I would go back to the 1950s in a second just so I wouldn't have to deal with this shit.
I am so with this woman. Being a working mother is even worse. The rage I feel is unbelievable. But we cannot afford to live on one salary in the modern world. I miss my son, but instead I'm stuck at a desk. I'm confused. No one is holding you back from getting married. Be free and get that ring. She is telling the truth 100%. I couldn't relate more to this. Take me back. Moms home with their kids. Preach. I do agree that our current economy is pushing everyone into the workforce, but I disagree when she mentions that she is forced to do everything alone.
Because the way the economy is set up is I'm forced to work. I'm forced to get an education, a higher education, a college degree in order to make enough money that I can be financially independent and afford my own home or my own rent or my own gas or my own groceries, my own insurance. And it's extremely difficult to do that. And
why are you doing it all on your own? This is how they place themselves in challenging situations and then complain about it. She is independent because she wants to. Nobody asked her to be part of it. For some reason, most associate men with money, and since they have their own, they are getting confused and no longer see the need to have a man by their side. But time and experience will eventually show them that men are more than a paycheck. Why did she feel the need to do it alone when she could do it with her partner? Some women were able to accomplish the same thing she wants, and it boils down to choice. Maybe she is serious about "I don't need a man" statement, but is not happy with its outcome.
I'm a grown-ass woman and I can do everything I need to do for myself. I can provide for myself, I can do everything. But listen, I like princess treatment. I like princess treatment. I like being provided for. I like being taken care of. I like being spoken to softly and gentle because they think I'm this little thing. I like getting surprise flowers at my doorstep. I like it all. I want the door open for me. I want the seat pulled out in front of me. I want every single car door to be open for me and to help me get in. I want every single time I'm getting out off of a step, I want that hand to hold to get me off of it. I can do it myself. I can do all of it myself. But I want it done for me. I want that princess treatment. Chivalry is dead, but let's bring it back, okay? And let's not forget about the forehead kisses. We love those, okay? I need that.
It's good to have standards and expectations, but it's equally important to be humble and reciprocate the same values and respect. I thought I was the only one. What do you bring to the table? You have to reciprocate as well. You are looking for a traditional man. Problem. You're not a traditional woman. It's interesting when I see videos of independent women who claim they don't need men, but at the same time expect men to be traditional. Expecting what you are not willing to give isn't a good strategy, as this is not how the world works. Most will reciprocate the energy we receive. So from the moment we are dealing with someone who is traditional, we will automatically give the same energy. The same happens when we encounter someone who is independent. This is the piece of information that is missing from her concept, and if she knew it, she would have made some adjustments to get the desired outcome.
You know what sucks? Having no money to buy milk, having no one to ask. I shouldn't have to, I know that. I'm a grown adult working 2 jobs, but it's tough. Times are tough. Anyway, I've got no one that I can be like, oh, look, I'm not paid till next week and I need a few bits. Like, can you lend us 20 quid? No one. No one that I know wouldn't judge it. I mean, there's probably, I could ask anyone in theory, but realistically, I've got no one to be like, oh look, I'll treat you this weekend. Let's go and get a coffee. I'll buy it for you. Life alone, single, no one around, no family, no friends. Man.
I don't know why people still believe that they can do it all alone. Life is easier when we are a team. Things work better when we share responsibilities. But for some reason, this generation wants to prove that they can change this reality by trying to do it all by themselves, but it's not going well. Imagine if she had a partner. They most likely wouldn't have an issue buying milk, and this is what she should understand. Being strong and independent is all good when they are still living with their parent, or when things are going smoothly, but from the moment life starts presenting them with some challenges, this is when they start realizing it would be a lot better if they had someone by their side.
Welcome to our self-development section. Today we will touch on a topic I know most who have tried to better themselves already struggle with, which is the fact that at some point those around you will question your move. They will get confused with the changes you have made in your life, but remember, it should only make sense to you, not them. Based on that short demonstration, we can see that those who aren't aware of the reason why she was doing that exercise might think it's funny, or she doesn't know what she is doing. But they are wrong. She is doing it because it makes sense for the goal she wants to achieve. Since they don't know her reasons, they won't understand it, but I bet she doesn't care about what they think, and you should do the same thing. People will start calling you weird because you no longer want to go on a night out. They won't understand why you have changed your habits, but you need to know that this is not for them to understand because they don't know your goal. They are not doing what you are doing. So it's normal that they are confused. Make sure you stick with your goals and plans, and make sure you do what is required so you can get whatever you want. Don't try to explain or listen to others who have no idea about your plans. This is all for today's video, and we hope you like it. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, we really appreciate that.